Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Thursday, April 5th, and this is the market overview. Looking at a whole bunch of stuff, and since there's so much to go through, no need in listing it all off. Tomorrow the market is closed, giving us a 3-day weekend, and I'm looking at doing a revisit to Vegas, baby, for sure this weekend, and hopefully also doing an in-depth of the financials. But on we go to our regular show. And here we are with the Dow ending with a hammer right into the long-term moving averages and stopping, which is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to catch things. Beyond that, we have the middle Bollinger Band getting above the short-term moving averages, above the real body of the candle. That is bearish. It is. You know, we were kissing the area of this previous floor right here at 13K. And if we break that, we should be going down for a test down here at 12,734. So that would be nice. There is plenty to catch the price here, the previous floor, long-term moving averages, the upper price consensus level of the previous month, plenty to catch it, right all here at the 13K, very, very important. Yesterday we were talking about the charts looking good for the intraday time period and not good on the daily. We did get that gap down, which was pretty good, but recovered most of it by the end of the session. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, bearish. Stochastics passing it. CCI down, RSI sideways. MACD histogram down, MACD down. Going to the 60-minute time frame, we can see the let's see if we can blow it up a little bit better. You can see the opening drop, and we recovered most of it by the end of the day. So not bad. Certainly didn't know there was going to be a big drop here, but all in all, on the intraday, not too shabby since it did recover most of it. 14-day RSI moving average getting very low in the 60-minute time frame. Stochastics turning around, trying to go up. CCI up, RSI down, histogram up, and the MACD looking for a bullish cross. So once again, the daily looks bad, and the intraday does not look so horrible. I guess it's all going to depend on what happens with the jobs numbers tomorrow, what happens over the weekend, and which way the gap is going to go come Monday. And we are heading into earnings season. It's supposed to be bullish most years, not so strong in election years, but still something to factor in. All they need is a little enthusiasm, and away it'll go. And we are still in this square box. This is just a little square box. Doesn't really matter until we break to the upside, break to the downside. Yeah, we're close to the downside, but that's not a guarantee. I mean, back here, if we were drawing a little box right here, once we went down, we'd say, oh, we're really close to the bottom of the box. Yes. And then this happened. And then that happened. So, anyways, not trying to count the chickens before they hatch. And I happened to see a chicken hatch this last week, so that was really awesome. SPX. Spinning top. A little bit different. Mostly the same with the middle Bollinger Band getting above the short-term moving averages. We aren't touching the long-term moving average bar yet. 14K, I'm sorry, 1400 certainly is important, but this floor is more important. So downtick on the 14-day RSI moving average, plenty of room to move to the downside, but it's not a good angle. I mean, we've had this little sideways up and down, and so we need to get away from that. Stochastics heading down, that is encouraging. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Yes, overall, very ugly in the daily time frame. 60-minute. Now, the bulls can have a little bit of happiness about this. something to be aware of. We have a high, we have a higher high, we have a higher high, and this was the broken potential head and shoulders that was going to be difficult to do. And now we have the potential for an even smaller range where we could make another head and shoulders, which would be just totally unbelievable if it could happen. I don't think it's possible that it could happen at this moment. Personally, that'd be like hitting a bullseye on archery. But I guess stranger things have happened. And in addition to these, ascending highs, you have these lows which are also ascending. So just something to see. And beyond that, 60-minute time frame, 14-day RSI moving average pointing down, but look how low it is. It could turn around no problem. Stochastics mixed, CCI up, RSI down, histogram sloping up, and the MACD also trying to slope up, looking for a bullish cross. So once again, intraday time frame does not look bad. This, if we didn't have this this gap down today, what would today have looked like? It probably would have looked like this. So Monday, do we get another gap down and then have strength come out of it, or does it go sideways, or whatever the case may be? It's just something that should be considered. Comp Q, the NASDAQ, yep, it did gap down, it did recover a lot. We were saying that, I'm trying to remember what we said last night. We said something last night. And, backing away from the major price consensus level, the middle Bollinger Band is barely above the short-term moving averages. Nothing really to see. Very strong green bar today. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Stochastics are pointing down. CCI did turn around, unlike some of the other major indexes. RSI up. Histogram down. MACD down. 60-minute time frame. How much stronger that is. It essentially was just up. 14-day RSI moving average getting low. Stochastics mixed. Notice the positioning is much higher than the others. CCI up, RSI down, histogram up, MACD getting a bullish cross. So while we do have strength in the intraday time frame with the NASDAQ, it isn't as strong as SPX or the Dow, which is interesting. The VIX, very cool, staying within the long-term moving average bar. It's going to take some damage. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, stochastics racing with it, CCI down very high, RSI up, histogram up, MACD up, very nice in the intraday time frame. Very strong. But once we get to the 60-minute, a little bit different. Getting the cross of the middle Bollinger Bands, 14-day RSI moving average very high. That could roll over at any time. Stochastics already pointing down, CCI down, RSI up slightly. Getting the bearish cross on the MACD histogram ticking down slightly at the end of the day. But we do have these ascending highs. That is nice. That does give the bears an option. And the lows are also ascending. We don't really have a really nice low here. So I would it would be fine if it came down and made a higher low. But that'd probably take us down into the very low 16s, possibly even the 15s. But as long as it maintains this stepping pattern, that's great. XOI oil. Oh, look at that. Ugh. After the spinning top yesterday, now a fat body spinning top. 14-day RSI moving average very low. Stochastics getting down there. CCI down, but already very low. RSI going to cross into oversold. Down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Yeah, it's weak, but it's also getting close to the 200-day moving average. There should be some bounce here very shortly, I would expect anyway. Maybe it'll wait till it gets here. Maybe it's just going to crash into the middle Bollinger Band. Maybe it's close enough. But regardless, I don't think that it's just going to keep going down massively for too long. Just my opinion. TNA. Wow. Little doji star inside of the long-term moving average bar. It's going to take some damage. Very nice. You can already see some of the long-term moving averages starting to curl. It's a good sign. And 14-day RSI moving average stubbornly pointing up, clicking up. Stochastics down, going to be low really fast. CCI trying to turn around, it's very low. Still pointing down, but that could turn around pretty quick. RSI going sideways, not pointing down. MACD histogram ticking down, MACD ticking down, and so definitely ugly in the daily time frame. Now when we go to the 60, 14 days very low, stochastics are mixed, up on the CCI, down on the RSI, sloping up on the MACD histogram, and sideways on the MACD. It is weaker than the Dow and the SPX, but it's not terrible. I mean, lots of these are very low already, so very interesting. We are at this previous floor, testing it, trying to get some support. Hopefully it won't, but the possibility exists. Going on to, I'm going to do the financials in depth this weekend, but XLF, little preview. Ending with an inverse hammer, possible reversal candle. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics already getting pretty darn low. CCI very low, ticking down. MACD ticking down. MACD histogram ticking down. RSI ticking down. Very, very unattractive indicator-wise in the daily time frame. We're not far away from the long-term moving average bar. We have the middle Bollinger Band above the short-term moving averages and the real candles. Very bearish. We are below the major price consensus level for this new month. Very, well, not very bearish. Bearish. And we're actually talking about the financials in the daily running thread because of this. We have the previous lows. Previous lows have been broken. We are not definitively closing below them, but we've peaked below them. Taking a little look to see what's beyond, and what's beyond is the 200-day moving average and a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. So very encouraging. If we have a real rollover in the financials, the rally is over, and this is going to be highly dependent upon NDEs out of Euroland and out of China, both of which are not very encouraging at the moment. So financials, very precarious position. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics mixed sideways on the CCI, down on the RSI, sloping up on the MACD histogram, but the MACD going sideways. Not attractive. Not attractive at all, and very possibly a very good opportunity. These are going to be echoed in FAS and FAZ, but I'll be making a video of that this weekend. Moving on to Apple. This is the stock that just won't die. Making a new high, closing at a new high, and bumping its head on the upper Bollinger Band. Amazing. 633, almost 634. 14-day RSI moving average still stuck in the upright position. Stochastics up there to meet it. CCI up. Wow. MACD going sideways. MACD histogram sloping up and up on the CCI. This is amazing. It's just an incredible stock. And when she stops, nobody knows. GE trying to get a better read on the Dow. Oh, look at that. Woo! Big, ugly, fat body, inverse hammer. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, all kinds of room to move. Stochastics pointing down, CCI pointing down, RSI pointing down, histogram pointing down, MACD pointing down, everything pointing down, daily time frame, ugly as can be. It's only saving grace, the long-term moving averages closing below the lower price consensus level for this month. Very bearish. This is its only hope. Now, we can get complete crossover and separation prior to entering the bar with the short-term moving averages. If we get a gap down, which is possible, there might be enough room to do it. It's kind of unlikely, but you know, this is very encouraging in the short-term moving averages. Middle Bollinger Band above everything. Just terrible. Does not bode well for the Dow. 60-minute time frame. Wow. Look at the short-term moving averages on this pig. Ugly, ugly, ugly. 14-day RSI moving average pointing down. Stochastics in the down position. Up on the CCI, down on the RSI. Very slightly up on the MACD. Histogram down on the MACD. This could turn around, have another leg on the downside, and look at this. There's nothing here. Nothing here to grab it. Nothing here to stop it. So much, much more bearish than I would have thought this thing would have been going to. They had that downgrade, and it's definitely taking its toll. That previous floor is gone. Long gone. Going on to GLD. Small little bump up. Fear is increasing, and the dollar was increasing today. Fear wins. It was outside the lower Bollinger Band. It is a natural move. But regardless, fear wins. We do not have an uptick. Middle Bollinger Band trying to get the cross. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics ticking down. CCI ticking up. RSI ticking up. MACD histogram ticking down. MACD ticking down. Not attractive, but at least it got a bump. SLV, very, very similar. Still closing below the lower price consensus level. Middle Bollinger Band trying to get that cross, but it's just stuck in the short-term moving averages. Down on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the stochastics, up on the CCI, up on the RSI, sideways on the MACD histogram, and essentially sideways. No, it's a slight downtick on the MACD. And what's left? Did Apple... VXX, of course. What am I thinking? Not particularly encouraging today. Ending with a hammer. 14-day RSI moving average is leveling out. At least it has that. Stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD up. Definitely finishing the bullish cross. Does have several things that look good, but its positioning is not great. The candle is not great. It's below the major price consensus level. This should be higher than it is. So either it's a warning or it's just VXX being VXX. Alright, and that's it. This weekend will be Vegas, baby. It's been a long time since we've done that one. And an in-depth look at the financials. We'll take a look at C, XLF, FAZ, FAZ, JP Morgan, and Wells Fargo. That should be Saturday. Friday, if I'm feeling really motivated. I guess we'll see with the job numbers tomorrow. Anyways, have a very nice weekend. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.